Welcome to this video, where we will be talking about story in which real life gets even stranger than fiction. A lot of people love thriller and horror movies, me included. But the next story we will be talking about is a horror from real life that will leave you feeling very disturbed and terrified. In small but very beautiful Mediterranean country called Croatia, there is a small city called Beli Manastir. It is a small town with around 8,000 residents, located on the east of the country, and life in Beli Manastir is usually very slow and peaceful. There is nothing out of the ordinary ever happening in Beli Manastir. But one discovery made in 2007 shocked not only the residents of this small town, but the whole country and region. Family Jagić was living in the street named Ulica Vlada Desnice and was considered by all neighbors well-off and exemplary model family. Father Ivan Jagić graduated architecture and was a manager at the local gas providing company. Mother Veronika Jagić was one of the few women in the town who finished high school at that time, around 1940s, and she was an elegant lady, always perfectly dressed with a hat and lady gloves popular in that time. Ivan and Veronika had two sons they were very proud of, named Pero and Mirko. As a family, they didn't socialize that much with other families, but whenever they would meet someone and pass by neighbors in the street, they were very polite and kind. Nobody would ever think that this family is hiding a dark, horrifying secret. When two sons were already grown up and married, Father Ivan died and Mother Veronika was left alone living in their family house. Both of the sons, Pero and Mirko, were living in another cities with their wives. First year of marriage, Mirko was living with his wife at the family property and Mother Veronika, but then found his own place. In 2007, at the age of 83, Veronika died. Few days after Veronika died, Pero and Mirko were standing in front of the social welfare center in Beli Manastir and rang a bell. It was a cozy day in March, not too hot, not too cold, and it was sunny. When social welfare center head, Mr. Vlado Grujić, saw these two brothers in his center, he was confused at first, because he couldn't think of any reason why they would be here or need any services from the center. They were both financially independent, with solid jobs, family. What this head of the center, Mr. Vlado, would hear in the following minutes left him in complete shock, and he needed a few minutes and few additional questions to get an understanding of what he was hearing. The astonishment was even bigger, considering that Vlado was one of the neighbors of family Jagić and never knew this big secret of family. The reason why brothers Jagić were in social welfare center on that day, only few days after their mother died, is because they had a third secret brother. This brother was locked up in the secret room in their family house since he was born, and their mother Veronika took care of him. Only closest family members, Father Ivan, Mother Veronika, and Mirko and Pero, knew about the existence of third brother, whose name was Drago Jagić. Drago was born in 1948, and until Veronika's passing in 2007, so nearly 60 years, nobody from the neighbors knew or has ever seen Drago. He was locked in the room which was most far away from the street and curious eyes. The window in the room was overlooking the backyard and was covered with bars like in the prison. Around the house, the family built high fence. In his 59 years of life, Drago has never walked outside to breathe fresh air, never played with other children, communicated with any other people, went to school. He never met first neighbors, felt the wind blowing or sun shining, even watched TV. 24 hours, 7 days a week, he was locked in the small room and did not even know how to use the bathroom. After this unbelievable story got out, some neighbors remembered to have seen a silhouette of a man and light at night in the kitchen. That was the only time Drago was allowed to get out of his room. Drago was the oldest of sons, and it is believed he had meningitis as a baby, and that caused delays and limits in his mental development. As Ivan and Veronica enjoyed good reputation, that is probably the reason they have decided to keep their firstborn child a secret from the rest of the world. How good Veronica was at keeping this secret demonstrates the fact that even wife of her son Mirko, who lived at family property for 1 year, has never seen Drago or known about him. Although this story sounds unbelievable, the local social welfare center confirms every detail after investigation that has been done. It is even more tragic to know that this social welfare center is located only a few hundred meters from the Jagić family house. The investigation also revealed old medical documents from the Children's Hospital in 1963, in which it was stated that Drago suffers from a severe degree of mental retardation, that he lives with his mother, and that he needs constant supervision. He was described as quiet and mentally underdeveloped. After Veronica died, Drago, who was then 59 years old, was placed by social welfare center in a foster family in town Kneževi Vinogradi, which is within the same county. Drago was taken care of by Miss Valeria Morić, who knew and spoke with him only in Hungarian language. This is because his mother Veronica was of Hungarian descent, and although she spoke Croatian with everybody else in life, with Drago she spoke only in Hungarian, and that was the only language known to him. Even in Hungarian, he wasn't able to understand whole sentences, only words like come, sit, and similar. He didn't talk, he was just making inarticulate sounds. That was his way of communicating. This is also the time when Drago made his first steps outside on fresh air. He was trembling and holding his hands on the wall to help him walk. Unfortunately, years of captivity have left a large impact, so although he was able to walk, Drago didn't like so much to get up from his bed. As he was never among other people, he needed time to trust and get used to his caregiver Valeria. She said that she knew he was getting comfortable enough when he took her hand and put it to her face. She also added that his favorite food was anything sweet, chocolate, candies, and that he was looking forward to it like a child, which he mentally actually was. Another heartbreaking fact is that Drago didn't enjoy his freedom for long. He got sick and died the next year. There were only a few people at his funeral. I'm sure that there would be much more if he was given a chance by his family to lead a more normal and fulfilling life. In the past, many years ago, people didn't have a lot of understanding about mental illness or other conditions such as different syndromes, deformities, etc. That is why very often these unfortunate people were hidden from the rest of the world. They were being locked up in asylums or even in their homes somewhere where nobody could ever see them. People were afraid of these persons, because usually people are afraid of the unknown. Also, people considered it would be an embarrassment for a family to have a family member like that. For example, a child with special needs. Fortunately, we have advanced as a society, and today we have much more understanding about it and trying to incorporate persons with disabilities and mental illness in everyday life. That is why the case of Drago Jagić is so shocking. It happened so recently when we thought situations like this do not exist anymore. If you enjoyed getting to know this story based on true events and would like to hear more stories like this one, please click on the like button and subscribe for more upcoming videos. See you soon and have a nice rest of the day.